What have we just done? That's the oil thing again. All right. That's fine. So we got a fenced field with a pumping station and other equipment that's used to pump to large underground storage caverns. And then we've got like... We've basically got like... What is this? Dome shelters for raw materials. We've got this for petroleum, which we already have a bunch of. We have the petrochemical plant, which we have a couple of. We have the large oil pump, which we could now start using for more oil. Slightly bigger than the small oil pump. So I guess we do that. That's all right, I suppose. Trying to figure out the best way to place these. I mean, I don't actually know, gonna be honest. Just something like that, I guess. We don't have the money for it. That's great. But yeah, I guess something like this doesn't hurt. Get rid of those guys. Do that sort of thing. Does that guy have a road connection? He does. All right. Let's go like that. And I should be able to get a few of these. How expensive are these? 16,000 each. Good lord. I didn't realize they were that pricey. Yikes. Okay. No wonder we ran out of money so quickly. All right, then. Fair enough. We'll get a couple of those in there. We're going to have some power issues, though, because they don't have any means of connection. So we'll just do that to make sure that they actually work properly. And that's just going to be more ridiculous amounts of oil, which we don't have enough buyers for. That doesn't surprise me, I'm going to be honest. That doesn't at all surprise me. I wonder if I should sort of try and filter all my trucks up to the end here. It might actually not be a bad idea to say like, hey, that's going to be a one-way road going in that direction. It's just so the trucks kind of, you know, go a bit of a different way there. I think this needs to be one way as well. And then that probably needs to be one way. That probably needs to be one way. And then, yeah, that'll force them around. I can't help but feel that that's going to be a good idea. Because it's going to get them all going in sort of exactly the same direction. They can all come down, get on the avenue, and then go straight out of the district if they need to. But they're all going to be filtered around kind of nicely, and I just think that's going to be for the best. Especially looking at the amount of trucks that are going out of here right now. That is ridiculous. You know, it might actually be an idea as well to throw an incineration plant out here. Maybe two of them. Let's bulldoze you, and we'll throw a second incineration plant. Oh, we can't afford one. That's fine. We'll get one there. We'll get another one later when we can afford it. I think I'm also going to say... Oh, we don't actually have traffic lights. Oh, you know what we need to do? Go to this junction and say you can go through. Otherwise, traffic is going to sit there because it's just a small, wee little junction. So there we go. You can go through that junction. And that one. And that should keep it all moving. That's so many trucks, though. I don't even know where they're going. Large warehouse, exporting, exporting, exporting. Okay. So some of them are going to the warehouse. I mean, there is, you know, some traffic coming in here, which is nice. This might work out, though. This might actually bring a lot of production to the warehouse. I'm also aware that we can start throwing some unique factories in here, because what we can do is we can finally get a printing press. That actually seems like a great thing. Household plastics we can get as well. I mean, that's kind of what we want. I might actually try and do all of my unique factories in a similar layout to this, to be honest. Because it could go somewhere completely different, like way out here in its own section of highway or something, and then they have to take it along the highways to store it. I know it doesn't make sense. Oh my god. Immediately level 4. Alright, we got the large rig, oil industry maintenance. Oh wow, that's ridiculous. We'll get all that stuff in a bit. But what I'm thinking is we could absolutely create this system where stuff is like stored in one location, well, refined in one place, stored in another, made into something somewhere else, and then brought back to storage. I want these long chains. I know they don't make sense in terms of logistics. I know that like having everything right next to each other would make sense, but I want to see, I want to be able to look at my traffic and be like, yeah, this highway right here is going to be full of oil trucks. You know, this highway right here is going to be full of forestry trucks. This highway right here, it's not a highway, but you get what I mean, full of ore trucks. Stuff, I want to be able to look at the highways and go, that's where that industry's coming from. I also I hate looking here right now because we need to fix this. But again, as I've mentioned, like, I've mentioned it before, this entire city is going to be rebuilt. So that's kind of just that. That's just the way it is. It's going to be rebuilt. So I'm not really in any rush to change it too much. But I mean, just look, the amount of trucks going around here, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Some of you guys are actually complaining about not having enough goods. That's a bit weird. That is definitely a bit weird. But sure, I guess. Not enough buyers for products. I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing the not enough buyers for products thing. That does kind of bug me. Because I feel like we should have enough buyers for the products. I'm also feeling like I could probably get away with a couple of these larger rigs in here. Maybe a couple of smaller ones there. And then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then some lights or something like that. Yeah, that works. Then similar story there and similar story over here. So that'll just give us a bunch more oil as well, which is, of course, great. These guys are actually complaining about not enough power. So what I'm thinking I might do is save up for an oil power plant. Because that would kind of make sense, right? I mean, it's an oil production area, so oil power plant, I guess. That'll be enough. That'll be enough power for all of it as well. So that'll be great to have. Oh, you can absolutely U-turn there. That's fantastic. Okay, so that's our oil industry doing some pretty good work. It is on track to level up again in no time at all, which is beautiful news. We could go into policies as well. We could say improved logistics so that storage capacity of extractors and processing buildings is increased. It does increase the upkeep, though. We can increase workers' health, which I'll do. And we could increase production by 10%. I'm going to do that. Just because I can. Just because I can, I want to get higher production here. That just seems like a pretty solid idea. I'm also really hoping that a lot of you guys aren't... where are you going? So you're exporting oil products, exporting... just constantly exporting, really. I'm okay with that, though. Oh, I've realized something, though. This guy here can't get goods easily, because these guys need to be able to U-turn to give him goods. Can I click on that junction and say that you can, in fact, U-turn? Does that let you... oh, it does! Oh, that's perfect. Okay. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But I'm okay with them U-turning. Because it means that they can turn back and start giving some of these buildings resources. And that's actually really important. So, we should see some trucks U-turn at some point. I think. There's a distinct possibility that we'll see that. Or not. I mean, we saw one of them do it, so maybe at some point they will. Anyone wanting to U-turn here? No? Really? You're all quite satisfied going where you're going? Fair enough. I mean, I'm not gonna argue too much. Nothing really? They're all just quite happy to go where they're going? Okay. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Why are you... oh, you guys are backing up here because I need to say that you can just flow into that junction. And you guys can do the same there, actually. Just keep moving into the junction. There's no reason to stall. And then over here, where are we storing the... So plastics go in there and petrol... Oh, there's so much petroleum, though. That's perfect. Okay. So we actually do have a good amount of goods coming in here. Plain timber, not so much. Glass, not so much. Paper, and a bit... There's some metals. That's good, though. That's what we want to see. So we are actually seeing really good amounts of everything flowing in here. We're seeing some of it, quite a lot of it actually, going to the cargo train terminals. So, I mean, this seems to be doing what I want it to do, which is, you know, exactly this. This is exactly what I want the area doing. So I'm actually really pleased with this. I really am. Really, really happy that this is working the way it is. I'm just realizing that a lot of these trucks aren't U-turning, which is not good. So maybe we double up the road a little bit. I kind of have an idea here. If I grab this road and say go there, I can bring it the whole way down and back in there, and then that will, in theory, allow them to U-turn, which they just don't seem to want to do right now. Let's just do this. Right, so let's just do this kind of thing. Let me turn the traffic lights off, because that's a little bit silly. And that should let them all, you know, turn and go. Wait, why are they going on that road if they just want to leave again? That doesn't make any sense. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What are you doing? So you go there exclusively. You go there exclusively. Then you go there and you go there. Right? So if they should all start going back. And now they're all going to want to be in the left lane. Why are they using that road at all then? That makes no sense. That's kind of silly. That is kind of silly. So you go right exclusively, and then you can go straight on. And then you go there, and you go there, right? So that's... I'm just going to let these guys go to, like, both lanes, because they might need to go to a building right away. And I guess we're doing exactly the same layout for all of these, so this is the merging point. This is weird. This is a weird area, but it's... I think it's going to look cool when it's, once we get a bunch of offshore oil rigs here, I think that's going to look really good. I'm kind of excited for that. Because I think those are what's going to really make it come together. Because right now, obviously, there's nothing on this side at all. So, I think the offshore rigs will really tie the whole look together. Because obviously, everything's about aesthetics. Everything's about looking good. So, that's what we're all here for. Anyway, let's you know, lock them to their lane. Let's say you guys can go there, or right, and you guys can go there and there. All right. So now they're going to be locked to whatever lane they want to be in. And so yeah, if they want to merge across, they merge there. All right, so this guy's turning right. That's fine. Okay, so it is working the way I want it to work, I think. I'm really not sure. It seems like an unnecessary road that they're using for no reason at all, but okay. When do we get the offshore rig? So it needs to be level 5? That is in a couple of seconds, really. Ay. That is kind of crazy. It's crazy how busy this is, but I love it. I really do. I'm really loving seeing these things filling up as well. Because this has worked exactly the way I wanted it to. You know, if they want to get out onto onto the highway, they go to this middle road. Otherwise, they go straight on and to the cargo train terminal. I really like that. I really, really like that. I'm really pleased with it. I know it doesn't look like much. Like, I know it's dumb looking, but I really like it. I really do. I don't usually build things like that, so it's a nice change. How are we looking here? We're just under 1,000 off of level 5 there. We really don't need all of this either. Like, there's so much. There is so much oil being made. And we're just constantly getting, like, not enough buyers. I guess we are going to need more. Like, we need more industry. We need more, in terms of zoning, we need more industrial zoning and more residential zoning. I'm not really touching any of that, though, because, again, the goal probably in the next episode, maybe, I don't know when this video goes out, maybe the next episode, I'm not sure. The goal will be to tear this apart, hopefully. I should mention, I suppose, that it might end up being a day or two without an episode of this, when I get back from California, depending on how jet lagged I end up being, or how tired I end up being. So, yeah, there may be a day or two just without videos in general, because I'll be an absolute miserable git. Oh, we're very close to level 5 here, though, so let's get ready. We're gonna put some oil rigs out here. I wonder how tightly packed I can get them. I'm curious about that. I'm also curious about how expensive they're gonna be. And also, I realize I can totally put some industry out here. Like, we can just line this in industry. There's not really any reason not to either. Like, just line it. Line the empty spaces in industry. Because then, you know, we're using the space, we're dealing with the zoning a little bit. That seems like a pretty good way to go here. So let's do this road here, or that path there, and that path there. And that'll fill up, that'll give us a bit of industry. It'll have some varied traffic out here, and we'll deal with the demand. There we go. Offshore drilling platform, the whatever this is, the sneaker factory, we got a lot of things, right. Offshore drilling platform. We can get quite a few of these. It's gonna need a road connection though, which is gonna be fun. So how do we do a road connection for this? Because, I mean, we already have this ridiculous road here. So, I guess that? Technically? I guess that works. So can I put an oil rig on that? Oh, I can. Does that count as a road connection? It does. Okay. Doesn't have water, but that's fine. Does that count as a road connection? No. What if we brought that road out a little bit then? Because I don't really want to double the road up. I know I'd technically have to do all my road connections again as well in terms of the custom layout and all that stuff, but that's nothing compared to having a bunch of dumb looking roads here. So let's do this, and we can actually get some zoning in there as well. I can get another path along there. I can just make this look good. So you're gonna go out to there. We're gonna do a path straight down the middle of all of these. Just something nice and simple. And then we can do a little bit of zoning there. We can do all this zoning in here. And then basically do, yeah, basically we can just do a bunch of oil rigs along there. So let's take a look. We don't need a bunch of them, but I want a bunch of them. So we'll do another one, and we'll do 3 to start with, I think. We don't want to go too crazy. So three little oil rigs just out there having a good time. Weirdly spaced, actually. I don't know if I like that. Let me move you down to the end here. So sort of like there. Let me move you to about the middle, which is roughly, I want to say there. And then you need to come in a little bit to there. All right. So we have 3 oil rigs. We could get more. I think I honestly might do 2 more. So there and there. All right, so we have 5 offshore oil rigs. We don't have buyers for all that oil, but we will use it in production. That's kind of where I'm at here. Obviously, you know, we're getting a lot of complaints that there's not enough buyers, but we will use it in production. We absolutely, absolutely will. Because we have a lot of factories. We have sneaker factories. We have all these different things. So we have the sneaker factory is crops, paper, petroleum, plastic. We don't have farms yet, but when we do, we'll have that. We have this. Crops, paper, petroleum, plastic. Petroleum, plastic, and metal. To... I don't know, refined petroleum, I guess. Full petroleum refinery right there. Electronics, paper, plastic, glass, and metal. I mean, this can go somewhere. I don't know where, but it can go somewhere. We can put it out here. Although traffic is pretty rough out there. But I might do it anyway. You know, just throw the electronics factory out here, because it's a monster of a building, really. It is an absolute monster of a building. But let's, you know what, let's do it. Let's throw the electronics factory out here, because it's an interesting one. We'll bring it out like this. We'll go to there, and we'll see if it fits. And it does. It is huge. It is a huge, huge factory. But it does fit. So we'll bring this all around. And I guess we'll go like that. And I guess we can zone around the whole thing. So something like that. And the power connection here can be shifted a little bit. Just like that. And there we go. So that'll be electronics, so we can start producing those. And I don't think we have anywhere to store them, actually. You know what? Maybe we don't store paper out here. Maybe instead we do unique factory products. Because we don't actually have anywhere for that right now. But we should start seeing some electronics get produced, which will be absolutely beautiful news. So that'll be a very, very good thing for this area. This one-way road is actually flowing... Oh, it is flowing the same way that this one does. So that's okay. That's totally fine. My only concern, I guess, is that the electronics won't get loaded into the cargo trains all that well. They'll have to sort of come down here, and then go down here, along here, and around, but that's probably fine. That's not too much of a worry, I guess. We'll see what happens. I mean, this is going to need a lot of things. It is going to need a lot of things out here to have production go ahead, but that's all right. I think I'm actually going to get rid of these as well. Gonna get rid of those warehouses because I'd kind of just like all my storage to move for things like glass and metal. Oh my god. Oh wow, we've had things burned down a bit out here as well. Oh, there's why. Oh my, the buses are ridiculous here. We really need to get some aerial firefighting going at some point. We really do. I think I might... I don't know where I'd put this. I guess a fire helicopter depot could go down here. Doesn't really fit all that well, but... somewhere like here, I think. You know what? I'm actually gonna do that. It's out of the way and it's right by the water, so they can pick up water and then go fight fires. Like, it's really far out, but it's gonna do a good job, I reckon. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good place for it, but whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Why have we got abandoned buildings here? What's the problem? Not enough workers. Yeah, I guess people don't work out here because it's so far. So what if we got some bus lines then? What if we said like, you know, hey, we need another bus line. It's gonna be another industrial one. It's gonna come out here and go, you know, there, 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 and there. And then over towards the oil rigs as well. So like that, and then back to the city. And that'll give us a connection to that space. I can't imagine... Are we having worker problems here? Not really. There's not really much there, though, so that's probably why. But I think... I mean, that might help. That genuinely might help, having a bus connection there. It might help workers get there easier than they otherwise would. I guess we'll have to pay attention, though, because we need people to start queuing up right here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, people are queuing up to go out there. I'm actually really loving how busy this thing is. And again, the fact that we've got a ban on regular traffic. We were supposed to have a ban on regular traffic. Some dude just drove his car in here. That's not quite right, but whatever. I'm sure that's fine. I'm also sure it's fine, you know, having this massive tailback onto the highway, but we are making a point of ignoring that, is what we're doing. Just making a point of ignoring that. Because I just want nothing to do with it. I really don't. I really, really don't want anything to do with that. How goes the fire? So the fire's not really having a good time. I mean, well, the fire's having a great time. The trees are not having a good time. But I reckon, I mean, I don't see the helicopters. I have no idea where they are. They're not even in use. They're not even bothering. They're not even bothering to look. They're like, you know, forest fire, what's that? That's great. That's just what we want. Can I get one of these little towers in here? No. All right. Let's throw a fire watch tower just in there. And let's throw a fire watch tower just in there. And that'll give us good coverage of those areas. I'd kind of like one over here as well, I think. I think just off of our forestry area seems like a good place, or like in the corners of the forestry area. So there and there. And then the industrial area could probably have one there and there as well. I know I don't need to double these up, but I kind of like symmetry, so we're going to double these up. Over here, we could go with a fire watch tower. I guess next to this could be kind of cool. So something like that. And that gives us kind of decent coverage anyway. We could probably get one in here. And I can do it sort of square with the road, so the dude in the tower can be like, hey, there's traffic as well. Traffic watch tower, you know? So something like that for good coverage around there. And, I mean, over here as well, I suppose. A little bit of extra coverage. So that'll cover all of that space. Down here, could maybe use one. So, there perhaps? Or right at the corner? I don't know. I mean, a fire watch tower right at the corner doesn't seem like a great idea, but whatever, we'll do there. And that should give us reasonable coverage and reasonable coverage. Okay. And then maybe here? Should cover all of that area. It absolutely does. And let's see. So there and here as well. So right about there. Okay, so that should give us coverage of all the major fire areas, and that'll hopefully mean that the fires get spotted sooner, get put out sooner, all that kind of stuff. I assume that's what it does, right? I wonder if I increase the budget of the fire department, does that increase the range of... Oh, I haven't done taxes on you guys. We should fix that. There we go. So if I increase the budget of the fire department to 150, yeah, it does give that a bit of a higher range. Okay. That's fair enough. We should also see a pretty nice increase in our income from the tax raise right there. And then this place, oh my god, there is so much traffic trying to get out here. It's the... Of course it is. How many buses? 33. Have 10. Have 10 buses, please. Wait, why is it still... Has it changed? Yeah, it is dropping quite quickly there. Okay, that's better. That is better. I'm gonna throw another biofuel bus depot out here, actually. Just so that it's there, really. Not a whole lot of reason. I think it seems like it'd be useful in case, you know, we need a bus and this ends up being the closest depot. I'm also thinking here really might need traffic lights. So if I have traffic lights there, so those guys can cross, and then everyone stops here, and then these guys get across for a little bit? That doesn't seem all that great. It seems like this area is suddenly getting too busy for its own good. That's really, really bad news. That is really bad news that it's backing up all that much, but we'll pay attention to it. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I think we put a pretty good bit of expansion in here. We've got all of this right here for storage, which is filling up quite nicely. We've got this out here for oil, which will one day, at some point, actually all be getting used because we have a lot of factories that still need to go. We have all of this. It's ridiculous. And then all of this could all be built on as well. Like I could probably get away with doing some zoning in here to put some proper industry in and really turn this into, just a really dense bit of zoning. I think I would like to do that. So we'll see what we can do there. We'll see if we can figure out, we'll see if we can figure something out with all of this. I'd kind of like to neaten it up for one. I'd kind of like to, I don't know. I'd kind of like to just see if we can just get more in here. Because right now it is, it is just the factories. It is just the roads and a little bit of industry. So I kind of just want to see what we can do. That's pretty much where I'm at. I'd like to just make this better. I also just bit my tongue and it really hurt. Anyway. Oh, I didn't connect this again. Hold on, let's do that before we wrap things up. Let's just get this connected. Because I know full well if I don't do this, there will be a lot of comments that are like, hey, you know what you didn't do? You know what you didn't do? Yeah, you didn't connect. Didn't connect that rail back, did you? Didn't do that. Oh, yeah. And that would be a bit of a disaster, really. Apparently that's not raised up enough. All right. Let's turn off these guidelines real quick. Go to there and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go and bulldoze you and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then across. And now the trains can go about their business again, which will be beautiful. They were all coming in from the one side there, so they can start heading out in the other direction and hopefully do some good stuff. I'm also realizing I could totally get a train down here and have that train go ahead and like bring oil over here. That could totally be a thing. Oh, it's tempting. It's kind of tempting. How much money are we making from exports? That's something I want to know here real quick. Not much. Actually, not that much. That's kind of surprising. We're losing money on the warehouses and factories. We're really not making much. I'm honestly kind of surprised at that. I'm also thinking we probably want to get a fire department nearby. Just looking at this. Because there's no way the fire department's getting out here in time to put that out. I mean, they're going to be back here somewhere, aren't they? But I don't see them getting there on time. I just don't see that. Oh, hold on, I heard sirens. There they are. Yeah, that's not happening. Okay. Okay. What if we were to do something like this? So, a little road. Like that. Right? And then a tiny little fire department there. And a tiny little police department there. Just bulldoze those a little bit. And go around like this. And then a tiny little medical thing right there. And in the middle of it, fire watchtower. Unfortunately, I can't do that. That's annoying. All right, well, you get the idea. In the middle of it, tree. There you go. So that way, we have the means to, actually save people if we need to. We're also going to need water out here, I realize. There we go. So yeah, that way we have ambulances on standby for this facility here. We have police, we have fire, And that'll probably be a pretty good service to some of the other areas over here too, because it can sort of, you know, well, I say it can speed straight through here. It actually really can't. It actually can't really do that at all, actually, can it? Well, I guess it can get to all the facilities in here. If it wants to go the whole way around, though, it's going to have a bit of a hard time doing that. Definitely going to have a tough time going straight through there. I don't know. I think this'll do us a few favors, though. It means, like, if any of the big buildings catch fire, we don't lose them completely. So that's going to be good. Anyway, ladies and gents, that is going to be it for today. Thank you very much for watching. It has been my pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.